Hello class, this is Dr. Hine, and I'd like to introduce you to Nursing 700, Theoretical and Conceptual Foundations of Nursing. Now, I know many of you immediately become anxious when you hear nursing theory. It's not everyone's favorite topic. I, however, find it interesting, and to me, it's a way of thinking versus a memorization thing, and you'll see where I'm going as we progress through the course. So let me just introduce you. First page you will come to when you log on to the course is the announcements page, and you see that here at the top left. And read through that. Read the top. It'll always be the most recent thing will be on top. So what do we have here is the course is not yet live. Why? Because I'm still recording this. And when it is live, you will see other things that come up. If it's a reminder about something, or if it's additional information that may help you with an assignment or an example or something like that. Look in the announcements first. Next, you'll find faculty information. Now, that's just a little bit of information about me, where I'm coming from with things. You don't have to read it. It's not going to be a quiz of any kind, but it's just an FYI. Your next topic is syllabus and online learning. And this setup that you'll see on the left will be standard across all your courses. You'll have the same type of headings for these folders. So first off, I know for many of you, again, this is your first course in the graduate program. Start off with how to study and succeed in this course. It'll talk you through how much time you can expect per week, how many times to log on a week, how to manage your time with this. It's a little bit more complicated than an in-room class. Next, let's discuss our syllabus. So what do we got here? 3 credit hours, asynchronous, which means you don't have to be online all at the same time. Then we've got alrighty, here we go. Sorry, you weren't seeing that clearly. 3 credit hours, asynchronous, again, not at the same time. How to contact me. Email is strongly preferred. Much easier to contact me by email. My iPad's always beside me. Learning outcomes. You're going to learn about the key elements of theories and conceptual models, and you'll see how we've mapped them to the essentials. This is important because it plays into certification exams, as well as having our program where it maps with how we're accredited. So you're going to look at concepts important to nursing and practice in different roles and settings. You're going to learn how to assess theoretical and conceptual models for their significance, how it can be used in a nursing practice setting, and how to improve outcomes for patients, health, families, and communities. What are we going to do? You're going to have some assignments that are within groups, some assignments that are just you and I, and some just discussions where I'm really looking for you to give it a try. You need to know how to work Word. You don't really need Excel so much for this class. PowerPoint you may need, depending on how you design your diagrams. You need to know how to use the internet and search engines, uploading files and downloading from Blackboard. You're going to learn this in week 1. What do you need to buy? The only thing you need to buy is the publication manual, the 7th edition, the APA manual. You'll hear this ad nauseum in your classes going forward. The other thing that you're going to use is textbooks from the library, USC's library. Now, I will give you a caveat. It will take you a little bit more time to be able to access these, a couple extra keystrokes and clicks than if you had a book in front of you. However, I want you to, why I did it with electronic textbooks is I know you're not rich. Honestly, I wouldn't want to have to buy 4 textbooks for a class. And so thinking of you as, people who work hard and are trying to support their families, I went with free electronic textbooks from our library to save you a couple $100. I'm pretty sure you can figure out somewhere else to spend that money. And so please bear with the extra couple keystrokes for that amount of money out of your pocket. So what do we have? We've got quizzes. We have 2 essays, which are Phenomenon of Interest, POI, 1 and 2. You're going to have weekly online activities, which will factor into participation points. Some of the activities are thinking activities. Some are to get you used to Blackboard so you can actually progress in the program and be successful. We have a standard grading scale across all our graduate programs. There is no grade rounding, and that's a policy of the College of Nursing. And you do not have any proctored exams. This is a standard template that we have, but none of your exams are proctored. You must complete everything by the due time and date. If you try to post something late, it's not submitted. There is no extra credit, and there are no late submissions. If you get COVID and you're in the hospital, ask a family member to just email me. My email is super simple, Hein, H-E-I-N, @sc.edu. Or have one of them just email me. If you're sick or something like that, if you email me, that some horrible thing is happening that you need to help with your kids or something like that, email me as ahead of time before the due date. We'll work it out, okay? Just don't not submit something and come and talk to me after the fact. If you're in the hospital, that's a whole different ballgame. We'll work with that as a patient, that is. But just be adults about it, and I'll work with that, all right? You will not see, if you try to take a quiz after the quiz date, you will not see the quiz there. So you have lots of time. The quiz is open 2 weeks ahead of time of the due date. And being this is only a 7-week course, that's lots of time. So we'll get to the quizzes in a moment. Attendance, obviously, since we're asynchronous, I'm not taking attendance for anything. I'm looking at what do you submit and are you actually participating in things. Plagiarism, cheating, falsification, or helping somebody else do all that is a big deal at USC and at any university. So when you're turning in essays, when you're turning in other assignments, just, basic stuff we are taught as nurses. Don't lie, cheat, and steal. And don't help somebody else do it. And basically some guidelines, if you're not used to being part of discussion boards or any of that online, some general guidelines are, if you're going to email somebody, include your U of SC email address. Now, that is important because Blackboard often will bounce back if it's not your school email address. The other part of that is sometimes things cannot go from a university system to a non-university email address. So please verify the correct address is in Blackboard and work with that. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. Include what you're talking about in the subject line. Say, hello, Dr. Hein. I will call you Mr. or Ms. So-and-so. Watch your tone. If you're mad about something with me or a colleague, save it in your drafts and look at it the next day. I don't know how many times that has saved me from getting in incredible amounts of trouble because I've been angry about something. So watch your tone. Don't type in all caps. That is basically flipping somebody off or screaming at them, so don't do it. Try to use complete sentences. And, you know, I'm not looking for an essay when you email me. I'm looking for a couple sentences. But write it as if you were writing to your boss, okay? And you want to review your messages before posting to the discussion board or sending by email for all these same reasons. You cannot edit once you've posted, all right? Kind of like you can't retract an email once you've sent it. Your foot's already in your mouth and it's too late. All right, please read the rest on your own. You guys are good at reading. If you have a disability that needs adapted to, you need to file with the Student Disability Center. That is in the syllabus and how to contact that. Then I can make those accommodations, but I have to be contacted from them first. All right, so enough with the syllabus. And you're seeing that syllabus right here. Now, our abbreviated course schedule. Think of this as your cliff notes for what we're doing in each week. So this is the thing you can kind of, if you're a hard copy person, this is the thing you can, tape to the wall behind your computer on when things are due. So in this first week, you can see, and this week is really longer than a week since course opens on a Thursday. We're going to talk about the intro to course, the syllabus we just went through. You're going to read it, how to study online, and talking about what is science. All right. You've got activities you're going to do in this week 1, which I'll get into. You're going to take 2 quizzes. So you're going to have over a week to take those. Both are due by August 29th at midnight. A rule of thumb is everything's due by Sunday at midnight except the first essay. And that's because there's too many other things due that time, okay? So pay attention on week 3. Your first essay is due on a Wednesday. Everything else is due Sunday at midnight. All right. So what else do we have? How about our assignments? So participation is 20% of your course grade. In a regular face-to-face class, that would probably be just showing up and not causing a ruckus. In an online class, there's actually discussion groups, and we'll show you where those are week by week. Online quizzes, you have 3 chances to take each of the quizzes. And because of COVID, I'm going to be dropping your lowest quiz grade, even with the 3 chances. This is catching you the COVID break, because I know you guys are very stressed right now. There is 1 theory application quiz, and there's a quiz about how to use the library, how to find things. 3 attempts, each quiz, 30 minutes per attempt. Now, most of these quizzes have like 6 or 8 questions, and they're not essay, they're multiple choice. So I'm going with whatever the highest grade you receive is. All right? Theory application quiz is the hardest one. This one is actually applying different theories, figuring out, I give you a scenario and you have to pick which theory makes the most sense. All right? So you can Google to find the theories that are part of your choices, but remember, you only have 30 minutes. For the essays, you are being linked with a partner. In all but 1 case, the partner is in your group, so you're going to have gotten to know them a little to begin with. So look here, look for your name, and the easiest way to go is look for your group that you're assigned to. Then look for your name within the group, and next to your name, who's there. The way you'll find your group is right here, under groups. The only group you should be able to see is your own. when you click on this. As I'm the prof, I can see them all, so it's not going to help you for me to click on it right now. But that's how you'll know what group you're in. So you have two essays. The first essay is tiny, 100 words. It's almost like writing an abstract for a journal article or for a conference submission. And you're going to write this essay together. Your essay will be identical to that of your partner. So if we're looking at Miss Poston and Miss Owens, will be writing the same identical thing. They'll discuss it, they'll write it together, they will each upload it, okay, into Blackboard. And you'll see where to do that down here. When we go down, you click on this and it will show you and you will actually right here attach files. So you'll be doing it that way. So what are you going to do in this first essay? You're going to identify a theory that interests you. I want a picture of that theory of the model. You're going to be citing things. You're going to identify a concept from that theory's model, from its picture. When you think model, think picture. And defend why that's important to, why that concept is important to nursing. These are the things I'll be grading on. And that grade will be posted in Blackboard, which will then show up under My Grades, which you'll see right over here. The same for essay 2, you're going to be focusing on the concept, theory, and then a phenomenon, something that actually occurs in real life that plugs right into all of this. And look through this. This will make more sense, and I'll be going on these assignments more in detail when we get to those weeks. And the same thing, you'll upload the second one right under that spot. So now, we've got assignments. There's some guidelines for online activities. What is expected of you in the course. If you need to see the calendar for the semester, all that, right here is a link built in for you. And if you get stuck in Blackboard, I would recommend printing this out. If you're going to print anything, and I'm an electronic person, if I were to print anything, the only thing I'd print would be this Need Help with Blackboard and how to contact Blackboard support if you get locked out of Blackboard or other such things. All right. On we go to the weekly course guide. So each of our 7 weeks will show up right here in the weekly course guide. So what you do is you just click on that week. So for week 1, this is where this essay or this little intro video is going to be right here, Intro to Nursing 700. And then you're going to go, and I'll tell you how long each of the videos are. So you know ahead of time, you know how much time you can allocate for yourself. Your tasks for week 1 are to go to the class discussion board and post in the student cafe and say hello to your classmates and welcome them to the course as well. You'll do that by creating a thread. So you'll click on Create Thread and you'll see it'll come up right there. Once it's posted, it can't be changed. So again, glance through it before you post it. All right, back to week 1. You are also going to be, in week 1, posting to your group discussion board. So let's say you're in group number 1. You would go to group discussion board down here, and you would click on group 1 and greetings. And you would just put a message. And I would do it from right here, reply. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Hine. I'm saying hello to myself since I wrote the header. I'm very glad to be in this group and looking forward to learning this semester. Submit. All right, that's what I'm looking for there. Now, what you're going to do, the other thing you're going to do in week 1 is you are going to say hello in a class wiki. Wikis are used throughout our program. And so this is the time for you to get used to using wikis. And here it is at the top. So what you're going to do is click on the class wiki. You're going to enter your name, a picture, your contact info, and then say what group number you're in. It just helps it easier to track you down. Make sure you go last name first. Okay, please. It makes it 1,000 times easier for me. Last name first for everything. So what do you do? How do you get to this? Well, you're going to edit wiki content. So I'm going to pretend. I'm going to say my name is John Smith. Smith John. I'm going to then put in a picture. And the way you do that is go to the plus sign, insert local files, and that's where you have a picture. And I'm going to go to teaching. I'm going to go to pictures. And I'm going to say, I'm going to pretend that this is a picture of me. Actually, no, I'm not. There we go. Sometimes when you are reading about what's going on in the world, that's exactly what you want to do, isn't it? So I'm going to say I'm Bob J. Smith. I'm at email.sc.edu and 803.112.1312. And of course, I just made that up. And you're going to be in group 1. Ah, no, group 4. I hit the wrong button. So now we're going to hit submit. Now what you need to do is go over here and edit. I'm sorry. What you're going to do actually is go over here and create wiki page. Okay, so you see where I went? It's up here in the top left. Create wiki page. And here's where you're going to put Smith, John, and you're going to, this is your own personal page. So you're going to tell me a little bit about yourself. You're going to add a few pictures in there. And then you're going to put home. And from home, you're going to click on home, highlight it. There we go. This menu changed, and so, sorry, it's taking me a couple extra clicks. So you don't have to rename it to anything. And submit. Make sure you submit. All right, so what you got here is you've got the class page, which we're going to go back to, where you've got John Smith, your information, and your group. Now, we're going to take your name, edit, we're going to highlight your name, and we're going to do the same thing again. Link to wiki page, and you're going to link it to your page, John Smith. All right, we're going to hit submit. So now when we go here, we're going to click on John Smith, and ta-da, it takes us to your page. Now I do want to show you something real quick. We're going to edit it. You see this GIF is big. It's out of proportion. All you have to do to change the size is click on it. I'm left clicking, and then drag it smaller. Submit. Okay. So that's what you're going to do. I'm going to be looking for, in this week 1, I'm going to be looking for, did you greet on the class discussion board? Did you greet your group? Did you do all of these things with the class wiki? And it's to get you practicing using the technology, because this is not something people do every day. And you're going to need it for your other courses. And they're going to expect that you'll have learned it in this course. So fool around with it, play with it. Try not to mess anybody else's stuff up. And if you do, email me right away and I'll try to fix it. All right. So back to week 1, weekly course guide. So you're doing all that on week 1. You're also doing these readings. And so what you do in terms of these texts, click on it. It takes you to the library. All right. We've got that other, you see, we've got this other tab open. Let's go back. What page? We want chapter 1, pages 1 to 21. All right. Let's look at that. We're going to click on here, availability options. And we want page 1 to 21. There we go, the case for nursing theory. Now what I want to point out to you is when I'm referring to those pages, it's the page inside the book. So you see here, this is page 2, and this is page 1. You know, like the table of contents are usually the X11, V, whatever. So those are the pages, and that's why I also list the chapters to make sure you know what it is you're looking for. All right. It will likely make you log into, since I'm already in Blackboard, it didn't do that. It'll likely make you log into the library. You will not be able to print everything from these ebooks. And again, don't kill the trees. Quizzes are open book, open note. You can take them 3 times. This is for help you understand. This class is not about memorization, it's about understanding, okay? Nobody's going to die if you don't know theory. Theory helps you think through things. It gives you, it's actually really good, particularly for leading a team and the way you'll think through problems. But there's nothing here that you need to memorize. So do the readings, take it seriously. They're helpful, they're useful, but don't read them and take notes. Read them, and if you see something that's a big point, then take a note, but don't outline the chapters. Don't do all that stuff. You don't need to do all that for this. When for week 1, I also want you to look at this model. This model is actually, in my opinion, really cool, and it was made by Callista Roy just about a year ago. And it's a way to think about how all the different parts of nursing come together. Where theories fall in, where grand theories, middle range theories, We're going to focus for the most part on middle range theories because they're the ones that can be applied. And, you know, I'm all fine with thinking big pie in the sky and all that stuff. I like theory, so I don't mind thinking that way. However, you guys are nurses. Many of you you're either nurse leaders or you're APRNs for the most part. And I was trained I was an ER nurse and then was a nurse practitioner in the ER at a couple different hospitals. And I want things to be useful. And so, you know, as an ER person, particularly you ER folks and ICU folks, we are very, very practical. And theory can be practical. And as we go through this class, you'll see how. You'll see how it'll also help keep you out of trouble, which I can always use help with. So look at that model. Think about where things fit and how it can also be thrown together. You've got readings from the Morse text and the Taylor text. I've also included the page numbers so you know how much time you need to allocate. If I just say chapter 1 and the chapter's 200 pages, that's not very helpful to you in planning your time. There is a quiz, okay? So what you'll do for the quizzes is you'll just click on the quiz right here. You'll just click on it and it'll open and take you there. So you've also got, when there's a video, I'm going to tell you how long it is. Watch this video. This is your first week in likely your first grad class. Take it. I was a full-time, I worked while I went to my master's program and my PhD program. Most of your faculty did too, honest to God. And so it'll help you think through and find some strategies to help you stay sane right now. Grad school is hard. It is very, very hard. It is totally world-changing different than being an undergrad. So take tips where you can, okay? I want you to look at this, e-library research, and these are 2-minute video, 5-minute video, 3-minute video. I mean, we're talking major quickie. You will need this information to be able to do your essays. So watch the quick videos, see how the system works. You can always, when the essays are coming up, go back and rewatch them. That's what's great about having everything online. All right. This is a quiz that actually will look at these things. How to figure this quizzes tests you on the basics of this. All right. Of your library use and where to find things. Some general writing stuff, and that's where week 1 is. It's a lot of stuff, but it's very, very doable. You just plan ahead. And this is showing weird because I've got it at 150%. That's also a trick. If things start showing up weird, go and check your Zoom level. And I did that through the 3 dots on the side. I find Chrome works well for Blackboard. I don't know if you're a Safari person or what you use, but Chrome tends to work pretty good. So you're going to go through the same thing week by week by week. All right? And there will be lectures like there was, and I didn't point this out to you. Wherever you see, when you click on something, or you move your cursor over it, and it gives you a hand, chances are this is going to take you to a video. And this also, that hyperlink symbol shows you that. It'll often take you to a video of some sort, and in these cases, it does. So this is a video. It's only 5.5 minutes long, 5 minutes, 37 seconds. Most of the videos, and no, that's not me working out, although I wish my arms looked like that. Sorry, too much information. What this is just we upload ours onto YouTube so that because Blackboard doesn't have the memory to hold all our videos directly. So sorry, you're going to get ads and commercials. Can't be helped. But that's why it's taking you to YouTube. All right, so let's go on back up. When you see this and you can't get to the left side menu, put your arrow down and you'll see this arrow comes up. I'm sorry, put your cursor down. Click on that arrow and it expands it out again. So we looked at the wikis, we looked at the course guides, class discussion board. You will have class discussions for the student cafe where you're greeting everybody. Then we're going to have any place you have, I'm glad I said this, any place you have a question that's applicable to anybody besides yourself. So if you have a question that's just you, my kid is sick home and I'm not going to be able to do X, that doesn't need to go to the questions about the course. That just email me directly. If that's week 1 reading link to the McKenna text is not working properly, it doesn't seem to be working for me. Is anybody else having that problem? This is a perfect place to post it. I will be checking this area, the questions about the course. After week 1, I will not be looking at the student cafe. I'm going to be looking at your greetings. I'll be greeting you back. But I won't be, after week 1, this is your time to gripe. If you have issues or you want us to form a study group for some other class, it doesn't even have to be my class. You don't need a study group for this class. But if you want to form a study group for, I don't know, Patho Farm, I'm totally cool with you using this student cafe and saying I can use some study partners for Patho Farm. Or saying that, man, that Dr. Custer teaches a really hard course. She's fair, but she's hard. And venting there, that's fine too. I'm not going to look at it. So that's your safe place after week 1. Questions about the course, again, if there's a question, a general question. Then we'll have, I think it's week 1, maybe week 2, ways of knowing. I think it's week 2. You'll read that example and you'll post it in your group, and the best example will then go here to the class board. Same thing for the theory of mutual withdrawal. You're going to map a theory that's not been mapped. So you can't look and see what somebody else has done. And you're going to post it to your group. Then your group will choose the best one to then post to the class. So that's what we're doing. Email, of course, is open to you. Oh, I was going to show you how to change your settings. Let's see if it'll let me do it from here. All right, up here, when you log into Blackboard, click on your name on the left, and it will let you email notifications. Let's see what that does. If you want an email about your grades, that's a place to put it. So you know when it's posted. If you want to be emailed once a day, you can do that. New grades and feedback. That may be something you want to do. I'm not seeing a way to change your email address. There used to be a way. I'm sorry. I misled you. There doesn't appear to be a way to do that. Let's see if there's anything else we can do in here. Oh, calendar. I have entered into, let's look at, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. You see here, when you look at the calendar, when I entered the quizzes and the assignments, I also entered them into the calendar. And this is not just my calendar, this is the course calendar. So you will be able to see in a calendar view when something is big as due. So that for group discussions and that sort of thing, it is not in the calendar. That's something you and your work group are going to have to work out your internal timelines. Well, guys, that's it for this intro. See you in class.